Hey guys, and I hope you're doing well. Today we are going to be going over these edits that I've already had outsourced to my photo editor, but they can't ever 100% get the edits right, so I like to go over them and make sure they're perfect. As you can see, this photo here is already squished and warped. The concrete hasn't been cleaned up. Like, it just looks like a completely different house from there to there. Care factor is pretty low when editing these. We've got some brooms here on the left that look pretty bad. The house looks a little bit dull. As you can see, there's some markings and spider webs. This is all kind of stuff that I like to, do just for my client to make it look a little bit better. Here's the internal shots. Now, I actually shot this handheld, which I don't usually do, but it was raining. As you can see, the floor's wet. And funnily enough, I had a guy, not from this garage here, but the one behind, came out of his garage, and he kind of got a little bit annoyed that I was standing there because I was holding the camera up like that, standing right in front of his garage, just doing this shot. And he walked out as an Asian guy, and I was like, "Hey, mate, how are ya?" And he just said nothing. And I was like, "Oh, maybe he doesn't speak English." Backyard. This is how the properties are presented. And then my editor, props to them, try to do a great job editing them, but for some reason they've included fluoro green grass. I've asked them time and time again, please make the grass match the same color, but for some reason, it does take a bit of work to make all this stuff. I feel like that edge is just too sharp. It makes it look fake, makes it look cheap. There's grass missing here. Like, this is stuff that people actually notice, especially when they want quality. This photo here is just completely blurry, grainy. They've done something here with copying a board. I don't even think that's usable. I might have to go back into the raws and have a look at that. This one here, yep, you can definitely see the grain. They haven't added any noise reduction. Again with the fluoro grass. Straight away, these smudges on the window just stand out to me. Like, you see the space, be like, oh, the windows are dirty. Might turn off someone from going to see the property. So this is stuff that I like to do just to lift it up that little bit more. And it does mean that you can charge a little bit extra as well, or you're more competitive when it comes to, getting chosen for work. Bathrooms, pretty basic. This is a vacant home. No one lives there. As you can see here, like smudging on the glass. And this is just a rental shoot. It's nothing, it's no high-end thing. I don't even charge that much for it. I just like to do it to pride myself. So this shot here, let's just begin with that. I don't know why there's duplicates of that, for starters. Let's just remove one of those. I feel like this needs to be... Yeah, let's bring it to Photoshop. So I'm in Lightroom at the moment, Lightroom 2023. If you're not familiar with these programs, then I think there's free trials you can download. So I'll right click and I can say edit in for Photoshop 2024 with Lightroom adjustments. So bring that in there. That's like a black and white photo I was restoring to color. I've been playing around with that. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to jump over here to the move tool. And then we're just going to unlock the layer. And what this will allow me to do is actually, if I hold Option on a Mac, it'll allow me to stretch it. So I think to try to get it aligned, they've stretched it the wrong way. So I don't care about next door. That's next door's house, this black door here. I only care about the property we are. Just zoom out a little bit. That'll be Option minus. I only care about the property that we have here. So this black door is irrelevant. It's actually confusing if people see that, because they're going to have to start thinking like, where does my property end and where does the other one start? I don't know if I've gone too much with that. This garage still seems to look a little bit squashed. Again, we don't have to go too crazy far with it, but a few little minor adjustments will just help it lift it up. So I've just Control S that in. No, we'll hit Enter. And then we're going to go Option S, and that will just save it. And that should update in Lightroom. And there it is. So that to me now looks a lot closer than this. This looks like a little squish mini house, and then you go to that photo. Like, that's not going to look good. So we've just stretched it up a little bit. It still does look dark. Let's just delete this old one. What I'm going to do is grab, this is what I love about Lightroom. It's the room that you can put light on your photos. I go to like the brush, and then we go to brush, and we create a new mask. It's already there, but what this does is I can just have the exposure raised on one brush, and then I can also have auto mask on, where that will just literally stay within that orange now, and that will just make it pop a little bit. See that? It's just popping a little bit. And all these photos, because I've shot them handheld, I think I shot them at 1600 ISO. I could have just raised the overall brightness, but I feel like just hand doing it, I don't know why, it's just more satisfying. Here we've got a few little marks on the window. So Lightroom has the healing tool where you can just literally just go over little marks and it will fix them. Zoom back out, zoom in, spiderweb, just basically touch over it, paint over it. It's got 3 different modes: content aware, stamp tool. And it's a little bit annoying having to kind of do this stuff after editing, after paying for editing, but this is a method that I've come up with that I think it works really well. And I can provide this service for people if they want to do their editing through us. So if you're interested in getting your photos edited to this level of quality, which I know there's many, many people out there and there's not many companies that actually offer it, that will go to this level. And this is just for a rental shoot. But what I always used to say to my business partner back in the day, it's not about just impressing them on this home. It's also what another agency could see or another potential client could see and be like, wow, who did the photos on that? They look really good. Another thing I like to do is check the black and white point of the photo. So you want to make sure there's always a pure black. So now within that black dot, there's a pure black and then a pure white, and that will make sure that the photo actually pops. Let's just bring it way more up. Yep. And it's also important to have your monitor calibrated properly. Let me just wipe my nose here quickly. I hate it when I have a sniffly nose while I'm making videos. So that does look a tiny bit better. We do have the spider webs up in the doorway there, which can be a turn off for people wanting to rent this home out. And this is something that, you know, the agent should kind of brief up that didn't work so well. This is something the agent, you know, should be telling the person who owns the home, because it does make a big difference when it comes to renting the home out, like first impression. So I'm just going to add some noise reduction here. If this was a raw photo, Lightroom has the capability to do AI noise reduction, which is insane. You can pretty much have a photo that's completely blurry, completely grainy, and it will fix it. But in this time, I think that actually has a little bit of a texture to it. But as you can see, the whole photo, this is supposed to be clear. So we're just going to manual noise reduction. As you can see there, the graininess is going down. And what will happen is that we'll lose a little bit of sharpness on the edges. So what we do is we add sharpening, but then we mask the sharpening, which means it'll only put it on the edges. So if I put the masking all the way up, so where the white is, that's where it's going to apply sharpening. There's probably too much noise reduction. Again, the render does look a little bit blotchy. I'm spending too much time. There's 22 different angles I got to go through here. So you don't want to spend too much time. There's the before and after. As you can see, the before has got, you know, crap all over the concrete. And just the color is just popping a lot more. I mean, which one are you more excited about going to? I just feel like we need to... hit a big brush there. Just that little mark there is kind of standing in my face. And I probably do go a little bit overboard with this, but the quality definitely pays off because a lot of my clients, every single one of my clients is impressed with my work. So now we've got to make this angle match that angle. And the thing that kind of sucks is that maybe they won't even use this angle, but whatever. We get paid to do it. This is a rental shoot, should be only 12 photos. I always over deliver. I don't know why. I just feel like that's a rule that you need to do if you want to be successful. So that's why I do it. It does take a bit of time, but I'm going extra slow because I'm talking to you guys and explaining stuff. I don't actually go this slow. I'll be hitting this fast because obviously the faster you work, the higher hourly rate you make, or the more value you provide per hour, the higher the. I mean, a lot of people would be like, "This is overkill," which it is true. If you're focusing on making money, this is probably not what you want to do. But if you want to focus on like impressing and I'm probably going a little bit overboard too because I'm doing this video, but I'm just kind of showing you guys to the extent of what you can do and what I would do, because I have a lot of interested people who ask me all the time, I'm into photo editing, what do I do? How do I get into it? Check the black and white point. Just skip back to the other photo. See that it's roughly matching. It's weird how it goes dull and then it loads and then it comes back to color. You do have those brooms there, but I think we're just going to leave those. Good. All right. So there's your before, there's your after. Subtle difference, but I've noticed that a lot of people do like it when it pops the color. So this one here, yeah, it's pretty standard shot. Just going to hit that auto alignment to make sure it's all aligned, which it looks like it's pretty good. We have some ugly hooks on the wall here. We're just going to, yep, looks like they've gone to take one of them off and then didn't work. Let's just add a little bit of brightness. A few of these little marks on the, and you can spend forever doing this. And if you pull it into Photoshop, you can repaint these walls in. But this is what happens when your windows aren't clean properly. And this is the kind of stuff that I'm guessing even the agents, when they receive the photos, they have no idea that we've spent, all this time fixing and neatening up. It looks like they've actually photoshopped something here on the dishwasher because it does, this mark copies over. Let's just hit that over those marks. Oh yeah, looks like there was some kind of sticker or something here. Not perfect, but that will do for that photo. Moving on to the next one. Why does this one look yellow and then this one doesn't? See the floor looks yellow? We need to add some noise reduction to that as well. I honestly feel like all these photos just probably need noise reduction, so let's just select them all and just add 42. That'll do it for all of them. Yeah, see this photo looks very yellow and then this one looks cream. Cream. So that's the kind of thing you want to be wary of as well, like consistency of photos throughout the photos. So I'm just going to turn the orange and yellow saturation down a little bit to try and make it match this cream here. See that it's coming more to the cream side. That's good. We're not going to spend too long on these interiors. Let's just auto align that. Yeah, you can see this line here is thinner at the bottom and then coming up thicker at the top. This is completely misaligned, so you just hit auto. Straightens it up. It's a constant conversation I'm having with my editors, and I've asked them, do you use Lightroom? Obviously they don't. They manually do everything. Looks like they've started to clean the grout here, but they have stopped. But yeah, auto, let's do auto. No grass replacement out the window there. Check the black and white point. I'm just going to go through a little bit faster. They do ask me to shoot the laundries in these, which you know, this laundry is pretty standard here. I'm just going to get rid of these little marks that you can see there. And the fun part, the backyard. So I do appreciate what my editor's done here. The edges are super unrealistic. And the color of the grass is wrong. Let's just go to luminance. What you can do is just select, if you go to luminance and you get this little dot here, which I don't know if you can see that because it's probably behind my actual image, but you can just jump on a color and you can make that color brighter or darker by just going on that color. So I feel like the darker grass is more accurate to what was there before, not the lime green. I probably went a little bit too far. Maybe let's just raise that up a little bit. And if you want perfect color calibration, then use your iPhone, because 90% of people just use their phone. Let's just check that alignment. Yep. We'll leave the standard one in there for the agent to see as well. Let's try some generative fill on this. So let's just pull this into Photoshop. I just feel like these edges are too fake. It literally looks so fake. And what we're going to do is we're just going to lasso around the grass. And this is something that if you're an outsourcer and you do photos for other people, you can do this kind of technique and charge for it. So I'm just going to ask Generative Fill to put green grass in this area. And this is insane. If you haven't seen this before, then yeah. Artificial intelligence is going to generate grass in that area. It's going to give me 3 different options here on the right hand side, which I can pick from. Sometimes it completely stuffs it up, but sometimes it makes it look fairly realistic. I need another coffee. Okay, that looks completely wrong. What has it done? It's just extended the fence. Yeah. Okay, probably looks more realistic than what we've got. But it's not accurate to what's actually there. Okay, that's, yeah. And if you don't like what it's done, you can actually just hit generate again. Green grass. Waiting. Yep, it doesn't like it. It doesn't want to do it. Why? Okay, let's just delete that layer. Delete the generative fill layer. We don't like that. Let's try and select it again. So what I've done is selected just a little bit outside of it. Let's just select it again. A little bit closer this time. And then just try green grass. Please work better. We'll let that go into Lightroom and see what we're up against next. So yeah, you've got the same thing with the grass again here. Having a good computer, I just want to add that like is important when you're doing this and you want to work fast. I'm using a Mac Studio at the moment, which is a beast. I was using a PC, AMD Ryzen 3900X before this, and this is worlds apart. As you can see, like I'm clicking around, I'm rendering in Photoshop. See, that looks better, but for some reason it's like reflected the fence into it. Like it's shiny. Ooh. Is that how the tiles would actually go though? Let's look at the original one. Yeah, see these tiles finish here. And you can spend all day stuffing around with this and it'll be a complete waste of time. Maybe not. I do like that one, but the reflection of the fence it's done in there is not the best. See, that looks way more realistic. Let's just go from the replace grass. So the grass needs to be all the way up near the edge. It's just extended the tiles. I didn't ask it to extend the tiles. Green grass. Green grass everywhere. Let's just do one more render. And just to maximize time, we'll jump back. I could just leave it like that and send it. And be like, that's what you get. Because honestly, they're not paying that much money. This is that photo that is completely blurry. I mean, come on, guys. If I find a raw in the images that is good, I'm going to be annoyed. Because it takes 3 brackets, and obviously they've just like tried to blend it. So, okay, so I've gone back into the main room and done another angle. I just feel like this main zone was lacking an angle. So I've got 1, 2 shots, and then you get the third shot. First thing that just pops out to me is that grass way too bright. Just turn it down. Maybe just this little weed here. Again, glass on the windows. Glass on the windows. Marks on the glass. Sometimes this content aware doesn't really work properly all the time, but as a quick little fix, like that's better. I might not make it 100%. Oh, my missus is calling me. Oh, missed it. I'll call her back. So my missus is pregnant with twins at the moment. So I tried to call her this morning, but she must have been sleeping. She's been getting tired here and there. Yeah, I think this one's a bit too far gone. Let's check back on Photoshop and see how it went with the grass everywhere command. Doesn't look like it's going to work. Annoying. Okay, let's just give up on that. Do we just send it how it is? Maybe I'll just... Sorry about that, guys. It didn't actually work that time. You can probably command it better. Let's just manually go over the edges. So what I'm doing is just using the clone tool to just go around. Because I feel like it's just too sharp on the edges. Oh, my compressor's on outside. And yeah. This tree just kind of gets cut off. That's quality. That's what's making it look fake too, is just the tree getting cut off. But how are you supposed to fix that now? We need dirt. How do we get dirt? Here we go. And I don't charge any extra to do this kind of stuff. I totally should. But it's just, I try to make it minimal kind of annoyance for my client. Like if I'm going to charge them extra on some properties and then not on others, and then it just will become annoying for them because they're like, why'd you charge us extra? Then they got to dip into their funds. And all right, so I'm just going to call it done with that edit. So let's just flatten the image off and then just save it. Pretty sure I did do that. Yeah, I did that already. So we'll leave the original in there. We'll include that one. Looks like there's tiles here, but like if you want it to look good, just literally cut the grass, bro, before we move. They're going to have to cut the grass before a tenant moves in. This one here, I'm just going to leave it. I honestly do not have the time to spend on this. Even the fence has changed a little bit. Did we make the grass darker already? We did. Let's just make that grass a little bit darker. This photo here, we're just going to remove that because that's not working for us. That one's good to go. That one's good to go. What's going on in the edge here? Let's just pull that into Photoshop as well. And I think I'm just going to select that. They're pretty much a solid color here. I mean, as you become more and more of an experienced editor, you're going to have a better eye for certain things. So what you'll notice straight away here is that this window actually fades to kind of a pinky on one side because it's obviously that orange behind. So I'm just going to use that, and then I'm going to select the color that's there to just paint around. It's just going to make the window look like it's cleaner. And I'll just make it slightly transparent, so like when you're back here, it's like, oh, it's a frosted window. You know what I mean? Maybe just in the center there, just a little bit. That's it. Control S. I mean, you could come in and, you know, fix these marks on the carpet as well. How far do you want to go? What does the budget allow? What kind of quality do you want to have? How committed are you to providing the best service and over-delivering? That's all up to you. I'm just showing you what I do because, yeah, a lot of people ask and a lot of people want to know. And this is some of the things that you got to do if you want to have consistent work. Some photographers don't understand why they don't have consistent work, is because you're just not providing value high enough. You'd be like, oh no, I don't have time for that. I don't have time to sit there and Photoshop out crumbs. I've tried to have the conversation with my editor again and again. But yeah, I understand. I've even said to them, hey, can you please just get it right? I'll pay more, because this takes my time, and I'm extremely busy shooting. And also we've got video edits to do, drone shoots to do. I've got a YouTube channel where we fix up old cars, and that's the thing. What's going on here? Why did it copy? No. Why is it putting the window winder there? There we go. You got these beautiful tools. There's no point getting annoyed at them because, you know, we use them. Yeah, we pay for them, but there we go. And I did one of the walk-in robe. And just that little coat hanger there, which is a little bit annoying. It's just annoying my eye. Just look at it and think, like, what's annoying your eye? Done. So, yeah. Let's just go through them again. Quick double check. There is a lot of bird and stuff at the front door there. Not really going to bother with that. Kitchen. Yeah, you got the main zones in there. The backyard has been cleaned up. The main zone. Upstairs retreat. Bedroom, bedroom, bedroom. Is it 2 bedroom? 2. Yeah, that's it. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you got something out of this for your photo edits moving forward. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.